Here in this video, I'm trying to show you how to unassemble and assemble Titan gun safe lock mechanism. The tools you need is a Phillips screwdriver, sharp tip. Maybe use a packing tape roller to rest the lid on it. And for my viewers, so you can see better, I'm just using the lid itself so you can focus on it better. We start by resting the lock mechanism on the packing tape. You unscrew the outer screw first of the lock mechanism, both sides. And just remember, the outer ones are a slightly longer screws, so keep them separate because you're going to be using them back again, putting it. So those are the longer one, and then you undo the inner one. We put those separately so we don't get them mixed up. All right, the screws are out. Next thing you do, remove the locking chamber. So the locking chamber will rest here. And then is the backup plate. That includes the deadbolt function. The deadbolt and the backup plate. And you rest that on the front. Now you end up with this faceplate, what we call it, or a scutcheon. This part. Also, don't forget we have two washers here. I think I lost one of them somewhere here. Two washers, one washer. This is and the second one. These are basically for spacing out, allowing for the thickness of the metal to accommodate with the lock. So you place the knob buttons in place. Next thing you do is to put the backup plate inside the lid. You lay it down. Now the next step is to place this on top of the scutcheon. You just lie on top and you move it slightly back and forth until this thing lodges itself inside, as you can see. Don't forget to put your washers in, because if you don't, you will feel the knob is slightly binding. This just accommodates the thicker material that we use for the lid. It's a 14 gauge hardened steel. All right, now we got the washers in place. Next thing you do, locking chamber, make sure the grooves matches with the notches here, and you slide the lock mechanism in. You start with the inner screws first. You put the inner screw in, tighten it on just a finger tight, don't go all the way. You have to do even tightening on this final part, because if you don't, then you run into problem of not the smooth operation. So you do just the finger tight, then we do the outer screws. Yeah, probably the washers is in my way, so I just loosen up this one a little bit more and wiggle the screw into the position. Here it goes. And then I do the other side. I may run into the same problem, just loosen up the screw on the inner side. So you can move the washers around to get the screw in. Okay, now the outer screw is going in. All right, finger tight. Now you're going to start tightening the inner screw, but you're going to tighten it in even process. Just one little bit on this side, a little bit more on the other side, back to the front. Tighten it a little more, tighten this one more. Now this is called even tightening. Now these are tightened. You do the same process on the outer screw and back and forth. Now you test the lock, turn the knob, it should be returning freely. You push your code, it moves in and bounces back. As you can see, this is a final assembly. Voila, thank you.